Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
One.
There we go. Woo! Richard finally got his revenge.
No, the
Ah.
laptop is actually just that slow.
Yeah.
One.
All right. Well, welcome back. Yeah,
You missed that train.
to session 91 of our DD campaign. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Good. Ready?
Good.
To...
Ready
ready
to
to
roll.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
then, if everyone has a drink and is ready to get going, then let's get started. So, last we. Hang on. Sorry, the music is remarkably up tempo. All right. Okay. So, last we left off, the Clive 5 had attacked the Elder Brain in the large ship it had made its home over the last 500 years. After destroying the Elder Brain and seeing the end of the main threat of the Mind Flayer incursion into the planet, the party returned back to Ersterwald, where they wanted to get some rest, I suppose, over the next couple of weeks before Erin's and Illyriel's wedding. So, however, when you returned, you found out from Halcyon that the the workers that you had hired to plough your fields had decided to go on strike, effectively, demanding higher wages and higher care and attention and love and all that lovely stuff. And you met Miss Farrow, the union organizer, who demanded that her workers should be paid a gold a day.
Disgraceful.
Yes, and obviously that pissed off Morna, who started slinging insults, and the party had to retreat. Clearly unpopular by their response. So you returned back to Ersterwald, where you decided on what you might want to do to overcome this. The union organizer. But yeah, what would you like to do on this day?
Great. So I believe we were discussing a set of terms. I appear to have lost the parchment on which I wrote this, but
So you returned back to Ersterwald, decided on what...
So.
Hey, there we go.
Ah, yes. So yeah, 20% pay increase, 5% of harvest profits to a community fund, and then another 5% annual bonuses in profits, and then quarterly visits with Gira's medical clinic. Maybe I could offer a flying experience. That one's just kind of there, just while we're here, and then could maybe put on a show, some exhibition matches, that kind of thing. Could be nice, bit of a morale booster. Plus, it means you don't have to actually threaten them, but they know that we are powerful and could, just kill them all if we wanted to. Not that we do, but, it's the implication.
I mean, it wouldn't be fun for the people whose unfortunate teeth would just be scattered across the floor.
Well, but it would be us.
Oh, it would be us fighting each other.
Yeah, sure, why not?
For the sake
Or
of
we could summon a Bulgur and someone could fight that, or
I'd fight a Bulgur.
yeah, you could probably beat up Bulgur. You can maybe make it look a bit closer than it is, because let's be honest, it's not really going to be much of a problem for you. I was summoning these years ago, and we're a bit stronger than that since.
Wouldn't the peasants be, upset about you summoning a demon from the abyss to punch?
No, put us in the force cage, and then we'll fight it out.
But it's a demon from the abyss.
Yeah, I guess if some of them are a bit of a, if there are any religious nuts amongst them, then it might be a bit against demon summoning.
They could also sell out to the Tempest brand.
That's true. Does Tempest Brand object to demon summoning?
I would imagine so.
If you're basically enslaving the demon and then sending it back right away.
Yeah, they don't like that very much.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe no demon summoning.
It's quite hard to justify. Especially, it definitely wouldn't be justified doing it for entertainment.
Yeah, we just thought it would be kind of funny, you know? Punch a giant demonic gorilla to death.
could just say it's a red gorilla.
That you conjured from a portal.
Yeah, from a zoo that we own. Yeah, maybe not.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. You know, they don't know. They're peasants.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe not worth the risk. We could just fight each other, or if anyone else has anything they can conjure. Oh, we could bring in Quarry. He could fight Roxxon or something.
Well, I must object. Quarry is not a creature to toy with. He is a servant of the storm.
So he's a creature for the storm to toy with.
Well,
But he would make a nice addition to my ring.
it is out of the question. I forbid it.
Anyone else got any ideas for an exhibition match?
I'll fight Watson. He's not that strong. I'm sure I could beat him.
I can ask Hakul to send some fairies over to bash.
And what of the orcs?
I don't want you to ask her for anything. I don't want anything from him.
We don't want to owe him favors.
What about the orcs of Orvisi? They seem to, if I recall, to enjoy a brawl.
Isn't this quite a ways away, though?
Yeah, we can teleport there.
But you'd need to have a constantly just active teleportation thingy going on.
Yeah, they'd be quite expensive. Well, I mean,
Well, just
Like,
however many people can get through the portal within 6 seconds is however many people we can get through.
is the exhibition match a one-off thing, or is it a regular thing?
I mean, maybe quarterly or yearly or something.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it's a regular thing, then we can't be here all the time. We're adventurous. We can't decide, oh no, the world doesn't need saving today. We're going to be teleporting orcs from a city far away to bring here and punch.
I'm sure we could find time for it, like once a year, once a quarter.
If not, we could always hire a disgruntled magister in need of a bit of excitement, and perhaps a beast master or entertainer of sorts. Say, we saw a carnival once before. I'm sure there's plenty of types there that would be interested in facilitating such a venture. I say we. Gear isn't there. Just like.
Yeah. We told you about that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If we're not able to make something, then I'm sure there are other people who we could hire to entertain. Right. Yeah. Do people think that's a decent offer?
Yes.
It gives us some leeway as well. I mean, we could probably go up from, the 20% pay increase and 5% to the community fund and bonuses.
Shall we call a town meeting?
Town meeting?
No, do not have
Well.
that in these parts. Call them all out into the square, and we will pronounce our offer. I don't
Not
see.
sure we really to authority, do we? I think we want to keep this a bit more casual. I think if we start forcing everyone to line up in the streets, they might get the wrong idea.
I disagree, but it is the group's decision.
Also, if they strongly are against this idea, we'd be surrounded by them and pitchforks and torches.
I'm sure we could handle a few peasants.
This is an entire town, and also I would rather not go down in history as a group of noblemen who killed a bunch of striking workers within a town.
Okay, then we teleport out.
I don't mind that. I deserve it.
I don't think if we wanted to defend ourselves, we could probably do so without killing them, right?
That is
We
also
don't-
true.
we-
Tell that to Roxon. His whole fighting style is hitting things with the sharp end of his axe.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, it is.
The other half of his fighting style is just shrugging off the hits, right? I've seen him take blows and shrug them off from far worse things than villagers with pitchforks.
I may accidentally kill some, though.
Yeah, don't flex too hard if there's a pitchfork in you. It might burst out and just
Impale
impale
6
someone.
children.
Well, shall we contact Miss Farrow then, if you'd prefer that option? Set up a meeting of sorts.
I think so, yeah. I was a bit surprised at how seemingly unwilling to negotiate she was last time. She seemed to kind of just be like, oh yeah, 1 gold. Even though surely she knows that's not reasonable.
Well, it is her prerogative to represent those people in this village, the town that feel disgruntled.
So is it reason? Is it best representing her people if she's just not getting anything for them? I mean, surely they would rather.
I think it was a starting price. You know, if we were to negotiate instead of telling them to fuck off, then
I think we should go to 1.1 first before going for 1.2.
I mean, to be fair, we could probably go as high as 1.5 if we really need to.
Keep that to yourself.
No, I am giving that to ourselves.
Yeah, I know, and I'm telling you to keep it to yourself.
I think 1.2 is maybe a decent starting point. It's less. I feel like 10% might be. They might find that insulting. Like 20% is fairly substantial, while still affordable for us. Gives us some leeway for negotiations.
Well, should we get on with it?
Sure. Let's. Well, what time is it now?
It's quite late into the evening
Yeah.
now.
Hmm.
So you can go back into Darkbridge the next morning?
We could do. So, how are we gonna find? Are they just gonna be at the pub in the morning after they're all sad?
Well, we can always inquire around.
Hmm.
Yeah, Darkbridge is quite small. You'll be able to find them.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so is there anything anyone wants to do during the night?
No.
No?
sleep.
Okay, so you all go off to your... Oh yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just thinking back on the plot point about I need the animal speaking potion that we didn't do yet.
I'd
Or-
like
or
to see
whatever
if
it was.
there's any. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I'd like to see if there's any books in Astorwalt pertaining to business economics.
Oh god.
Economics.
Nice.
Make an
mean-
investigation check.
Okay, give me a minute.
I'll do it.
You have a look around the albeit quite small library, and the closest thing to a book on economics you can find is a learning to count guide for toddlers.
Nice.
Hey, did you know these things go all the way up to quite at least 20? Oh,
Halcyon just sort of chuckles as she goes past. I know a lot of merchants in the Dancing Coast who could use that. All right, so yeah, so you probably want to go to a sort of, if you wanted to learn economics, you'd probably have to either find someone in a city who might be able to teach you, or there's libraries and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of just seeing if there was anything you could, any quick prep you could do before tomorrow's meeting.
Sure. Unfortunately, not really. Just quiet meditation, I suppose. On what
See if you can learn PowerPoint or something.
Yeah, just make a quick presentation. All right, so the next morning comes, and you're awoken at dawn by the sound of hooves coming up. Oh, Jesus, what was that?
Something fell.
Sound of
It's
hooves
fine.
coming up.
The horse just crashes through the door. No, a number of knights begin to march trot up the pathway to Ersterwald, led by a sort of like 50-year-old man who is bald with a burly, thick mustache and is wearing noble's clothes, with a sort of retinue of knights there following him.
Do we get a feeling for? Can I do like an investigation check on like the colours they wear?
Do a perception check.
Okay. Oh, hold on, I need to get my thing out on the right stream overlay. Hold on, I need to sneeze as well. I'll mute myself. Ugh, that was fun. Perception.
Yeah, perception check. So you notice that the knights are wearing sort of white tabards, and there is a sort of the flag that they're all sort of carrying on their standards is a sort of a black tower bridge, almost on a white cloth.
Do we recognise it?
Yeah, you recognise it as the standard of the town of Darkbridge.
Oh no.
Head down and greet them if no one has done already.
Yeah, as you get to the front door, Halcyon sort of is saying, "I swear I paid our taxes."
It hadn't. Wait, have you paid up? Okay. Hello. How can we help you?
The noble sort of the guy sort of begins to dismount off the horse, and as he gets off, he says, Scrimshaw, I take it.
Yes, that's me. And sorry, kind of pausing for his name.
I am Sir Farrell, Mayor of Darkbridge.
Nice to meet you. Oh, we probably should have introduced ourselves sooner, shouldn't we?
Certainly, but I hear that you're all busy quite regularly.
Yes, sometimes it takes us. Yeah, it's a bit. Sometimes takes us a little away from our, the normal pleasantries. It's yes, nice to meet you finally. What brings you here?
He begins to just walk past you and begins to walk into the building as he's talking. He says, "It's a lovely house you have here. This was gifted to you by the Emperor himself."
Yes, after the Battle of Port Alron. Yeah.
Yes, I know the Emperor was very generous, and this is a house worthy of all of your graciousnesses. Now, as he begins to look around, he says, "I have come here for professional reasons. I'm sure you understand. he begins to sort of like notice that you've all gathered around. He says, this whole peasant organizing thing, I don't really care about what you do, but I want you to get rid of it.
Right. Yeah, we were actually going to go ahead and go talk to them this morning and see what we can work out. We're actually hoping that we could maybe kind of bring a little bit of some new stuff to the area, maybe to get them a bit more enthused about the job.
He sort of looks at you. He looks at you like quizzing, sort of like quite confused, and he says, "Sorry, you're planning on doing what?"
Big. Well, I mean, for example, Gira is very skilled in medicine of a sort, magical medicine, and people suffer various ailments. A healthy town is a good town, we think. Yeah, we're still early stages, but we're just kind of thinking of what we could do.
He says, well, unfortunately, that will not do. You see, I've been petitioned by the local lords, your neighbours and equivalences, who are asking me to not allow anything that will give the peasants any ideas.
Why?
Ideas?
What kind of ideas?
Well, I'm not sure if you have seen recently, but this is becoming a bit of a movement, let's say, which we do not want to catch on.
But why?
Well, because it puts us all at risk. Yourself included.
Why does it put us at risk?
Because when the peasant masses are allowed to organize and sort of communicate amongst themselves, all sorts of crazy ideas come out. Cults and rebellions and the like. We've had enough of that over the last decade.
I think people should be allowed to organize as they like.
Well, unfortunately, you do not make the rules around here.
And who does?
Well, that would be ultimately the Emperor.
It's fine, we're buds. He doesn't mind.
I think he will.
Well, I do the wills of the local lords, and I've been petitioned. So that is their petition. If you do not accept it and deal with this in a manner which does not allow it to spread, then let's say the local lords will not be happy with your station.
What are they gonna do?
What are they going to do? Lord us to death?
Aren't we lords as well?
Yes.
And why aren't you listening to our concerns?
Well, you see, you have no right. Your land does not fall under Darkbridge land. So, unfortunately, the people who own Darkbridge and the surrounding area have petitioned me to speak to you.
But it doesn't fall under your land.
Well, no, it's not.
Exactly. So.
Right, but their ideas are spreading. So if you do not deal with it, then the local lords will.
Oh, okay. What are they gonna? Yeah, but how are they gonna deal with it?
Well, that's for them to decide. I'm just the messenger.
Well, it would be nice to, sit around the table with all the other lords and ladies, so we could talk about the problem together, really, instead of us having a messenger.
I have a feeling they would line up more with Halcyon than with us.
Ultimately, it's our land, right? We can do what we want with it.
He leans forward and he says, These are people you don't want to make enemies with.
And we're not people that they want to make enemies with either.
Well, in that case, I will relay your message.
No, don't. Just don't say anything. We're gonna try and sort it.
Oh, I'm going to relay your message. He turns around and gets on.
I
He
really
gets
don't
on the
like
horse,
him.
and the knights begin to trot off back down the road.
Right.
So
well,
who's up for killing a few lords?
maybe not that far, but
Oh my god.
I mean, there is a chance that if we go ahead with this proposal and kind of give the workers some better benefits and such, that workers from the other lords' land will defect and come and try and work for us.
And
Or
then,
they will be looking over to what workers on our land have, and be thinking, well, if they can afford that, then why can't our lord?
we're gonna have a real shit show on our hands.
I mean, they will.
So will
And
we
if they
once the
bring
lords
that
and the
shit
other
show to
places
us,
come after
then-
us.
Yeah, well, lords are shite. What can a lord do? They always just boss
Employ
people
a large
around.
army to come and
Oi,
burn down our
just 'cause
estate
you're
while we're
not
not
one.
here.
We could always just hope.
I'm happy I'm not one. Lords are great.
What if they sent someone after Clive
What if there's something after Clive? We're gonna try.
or Halcyon?
This is the point I'm making.
Well,
They
Rita.
will more than likely
Um,
send someone after us. Well, not us specifically, but probably to attack our estate while we're not there.
I'm curious as to what idea they think would be spreading.
Freedom ideas,
Yeah.
better wages, that kind of thing.
Oh no, peasants treated like people.
Well,
How
yes.
do the nobles cope?
Well, yes, but you're missing the point entirely.
And what is that?
The point is that we're going to get our estate burnt down because we're pissing off the lords for being nice. There you
Or we could burn down their estate.
So,
Halcyon says, well, maybe not upsetting them would be a good start.
Yeah, and certainly not preemptively. Just, they might burn our estate down, so let's burn theirs first.
Sherlock puts away a set of
As-
matches.
as
Yes,
fun
no,
as-
I agree with you.
as fun as that would be, it's probably not the most diplomatic thing to do.
We could always bake them cookies.
Laced with poison.
No, no.
Cookies baked with the blood of our enemies!
Which wouldn't taste very nice.
No, exactly, that'll be horrible.
Wouldn't that then, Halcyon says, wouldn't that then be cookies made with their blood?
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
you think it said them?
I mean, we'll kill some lords and bake them into cookies, and then we'll give
just-
those cookies to other
Just
lords.
this once, can we solve a problem without killing?
Hey, we've solved plenty
I
of
know
problems
that's
without
difficult
killing.
for us. It is our strength.
That's my whole
But-
thing.
That's my whole thing. Don't take that away from me.
Scrimshaw, there is a natural hierarchy to this world. Unfortunately, killing, although an unpleasant act, must be completed to ensure the balance is kept in society, good and bad, light and dark.
Yeah, so we could go
By
lob off
that
some
logic,
lords'
we should-
heads.
By that logic, we should just send Halcyon's goons to go bash in some
I
heads
could
in
just
the,
go and do it.
I mean, that would.
Revolution! Revolution!
I mean, that would be the easy answer to send Halcyon's goons.
I'd really rather we didn't.
I don't like her. She was very rude to me. So happy to
She was very rude.
Sometimes-
but-
happy to sneak into her house at night and just give her the old slasheroo.
Perhaps upsetting the status quo is not such a great idea anyway.
Well, maybe the status quo is shite.
Well, it's just easier not to piss it off.
I mean, you have the
we have-
responsibility, right?
We do have quite a lot of other things to be attending to. So maybe just send Halcyon's goons in and then Everything will be fine.
I thought it'd be fun going in and killing the person that offended me.
I'd love to go and slaughter a house full of lords, but oh fuck, I don't think
I'm
we
not sure
could.
that's what Morna was saying.
That's not what I was saying. I meant the leader. What's her name again?
Aaron?
Miss
Farron.
Farrow,
I'd love to go and lob off Farron's head, but
Farrow.
you know,
isn't it?
Farrow, whatever the name is. But perhaps
you
that
have-
won't work out so well.
You have the mantle of responsibility, right? It's your job to change the world for better things.
Well, no, our job is
Yeah.
to protect the world, not make it better.
Well,
That is
look,
not what my job is at all.
well, if you
I just
if
like
you're
to.
protecting a shite world, what's the point of protecting it?
So that the
I mean, I'm just here for the fun.
so what's the point of so there is a world?
If you're just going to preserve a world that only ever continues to cause suffering based around someone's economic background, then it's a shite world. Let it get eaten.
But no, I disagree. There's a balance to the world.
There is not a balance. What power do peasants have over lords?
Well,
I mean, if they were to get together, then they'd have plenty of power, which is why the lords are getting pissed off with us, because the
Which
peasants are
is,
starting to realize that.
But surely allowing them to have some form of power over would actually create balance.
no, the balance is in the fact that the feudal lords are in charge of the land and they keep the prices and the people in check.
That sounds like it was made up by shite lords.
Well, it's the only system that works. Nothing else has ever worked.
Have you ever tried any other system?
Well, why would we? It works.
Then how do you know
Don't,
it's the only one that works?
Stop trying to reinvent the wheel.
I think perhaps taking this existing system, but then maybe transitioning it towards a system where, the average person can have a little more quality of life.
System. So there's lords and there's kings and there's emperors. That's just how it is. It's not any other type
To
of
be.
system. That's just how it is. The lords own the land. You can't just take it away from them.
Yes, you
Then
can.
they will
Very
take
easily.
Well, I don't know how they do it in the Feywild, but it seems barbaric and frightening.
Oh, you mean people being treated with dignity?
Well,
is
people are
barbaric
treated with
and
dignity
frightening.
here. They have bread on their plate if they work hard.
If for a rich bastard.
I thought the people we were paying had a decent living.
We gave them a good wage.
did.
We were told that this was double the average
Oh,
around.
So you
admirable.
want to stab their organizer?
Yeah,
to-
because then they won't be organised anymore and they'll get back to work.
Well, it, keep,
to
it,
help
keep,
out
I'm
a bunch
not
of rich
pro.
bastards.
it keeps the balance.
I'm not pro union leader stabbing. That's
I am. That's what I think we
I
should
would
do.
really rather-
Union bash! Union
She was-
bash!
She was rude, but murder.
Well, why don't we? Well, we could always plan out.
Alright, how about
No, I'm
this?
not gonna
We
do that.
maimed them.
I swear to God, Gira, if you say consult the storm one more time.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
How about we consult my rocks?
Gira was going to say plan a shift, but then realised that was very out of character, so didn't say it.
Halcyon pipes up and says, "Well, personally, I think democracy sucks."
Well, personally, I think you suck.
Yeah,
Hey,
why would we
leave
have
Halcyon alone.
democracy? We can't have everybody voting for a leader because some people, like the peasants, are really stupid.
Well, and also,
You also suggested that the right way was slavery of orcs at one point, right?
To be fair, I think you can't really have true democracy until we have an educated population.
Well, okay. Halcyon says, "Well, okay, but remember what happened to the Dancing Coast? They had democracy, and they elected Pietro."
yes.
But they also had really cheap, fancy magic weapons, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a good thing about Dancing Coast.
Also,
Wait, no, I
Hitler
wasn't there.
was killed by the Clive Five. Just having
Yeah.
Clive Five around, stabbing the bad guys.
Yeah, Clive 5, democracy killers.
Democracy save us, please.
Yeah, you're right, Chinook. We're really good at that.
Well, the Dancing Coast isn't a democracy anymore.
Yeah, thanks to us.
Oh, gods. We're all horrible people.
You could be a democracy up until we don't like your leader, and then we're gonna lob his head off.
Oh god.
Exactly, the way Titus demanded it.
Oh no! No, 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 no.
Shonak,
And at this point, we don't like the Union leader. So,
What the fuck is
in order
going
to
on?
rebalance the world, as Gira said,
This-
they must be
This
dead.
union
well,
leader,
it's to keep
this
the
union
balance.
leader isn't trying to bring back an ancient, god-ish thing
They might
and
be.
destroy the whole world.
Yeah,
How
they
do
did
you
tell you
know?
about disrupting
Anyone
the
might
fault.
be.
You might be, Chinook. Maybe we should kill you.
Yeah, maybe you should kill me.
Fine, I will.
Please, please, we are talking about somebody's life, and although I do think, in the grand scheme, it would probably be the best path forward, we should not jest about it. It is a serious matter.
Let's not kill
I'm not
anybody.
jesting. I'm totally prepared to lob their head
I
off.
don't think killing someone for wanting a better life is a good way for so-called heroes to
Hey,
live in
it's
this
not the
world.
fact that they wanted a better life, it's the fact that they insulted us by wanting 1 gold a day.
Mona told them
Oh.
to fuck off!
Yeah, quite rightly.
Well, she deserved it. I was thinking when you guys go down to talk to the union, I might scout around town and find out where Baron lives, just in case it goes badly and we need to
I
kill
do
her.
not trust you at all with that.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't need
Wait.
to trust me. No, she's gonna be up in the meeting, so I'm just gonna find out where she lives.
We
Don't
could
worry.
offer
Oh,
a
I can
tea
still
and
have
put poison in it.
So you could
We could
stab
just-
her in the middle of the night.
only if she doesn't agree.
That's not agreeing. That's not giving her a choice. That's threatening her.
Exactly, but
No,
we've
no,
given
no,
her
I'm
the
not gonna
perceived
threaten her.
notion. We've given the perceived
just-
notion of choice, and that's fine.
Yeah, and if she doesn't say yes, then I'm just gonna go and kill her.
It's the
But then
I
you
literally
already
was
did
going for that. It's the implication. She can't say no because of the implication. See?
What the fuck is wrong with all of you?
Hey man, you decided to come along with us.
Because I thought I'd have a fork.
There's some forks over there. You're that desperate for a fork, Christ, we would have just given you one.
A special fork that lets me travel.
Okay.
Well, what's wrong with our forks? They're nice.
If
Elsie
you
drinks
eat
that
food
stuff.
with it from a different country, it feels like you've travelled there.
It doesn't let me traverse across time and space to entirely alien worlds to write books on things.
Look. I say we maim them.
I
I-
say we maim you.
How about I maim you?
Well,
How do we maim you?
Okay.
please,
I
please.
say that we make them an offer they can't refuse. Not
Shonak,
because of intimidation, but because it's just too good for them to decline.
no, but Shonak,
And
the
because of
problem.
the implication
Well,
that if they
Roxanne.
do decline,
Oh, I know what we could do. What we could do is offer them the gold that they wanted, and then when they come to work, trap them and burn them all to death.
yes.
No, this is beyond extreme, and there's no honor in that. Please, please, Shonak, if we
I mean,
follow
there's no
through,
honor in most of this.
if we follow through with your plan, Shonak, it will lead to an angry group of nobles. We cannot have that, can
But
we?
then you just have an angry group of peasants.
Yeah, but they're a lot easier to deal with. They're a lot less power, and they're a lot easier to kill.
But that doesn't make it morally okay.
It's not
No,
about
but-
morals.
I don't.
You're meant to be the good guys.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we the good
Our
guys?
job is-
I slaughtered a squire in cold blood in a in a forced combat.
You've saved
We
the
did
world
kind
many
of-
times. Like it or not, you have an obligation to people.
You,
of this world.
that
we,
squire.
we,
you
you
should-
are, and you are absolutely
We
correct,
did
Shonak,
kind
but
of just indiscriminately kill people in Iraq.
we have a duty to protect this world.
You have the duty to protect the people
Sorry,
of this
let
world.
Gira finish, just a sec. Go on, Garrett. What are you
We,
saying?
we have a duty to protect this world, and in the pursuit of that, sometimes we will have to make decisions to keep the balance in check, which do not necessarily align us to a point of morality we'd all agree with. I am by no means happy with this, but it is the charge that we must execute to fulfill our duty.
And who dictated this balance to you?
Hmm,
Who told you, like, who proved to you that this is the way the world should be?
Well, look around you. It's not about should, it's about is. The world is like this, like it or not. And if you
But
think
people
you...
have to...
The Lords is going to aid us in protecting the world.
Well, I think they're going to keep our property here safe, which enables us to do our task.
I think an army of peasants on our side would do a lot better than a group of rich assholes who don't know how to live
You can
on
pay.
their own.
I am no happy of doing it. I mean, the alternative is to sell our property or to go into hiding in here.
No!
Right.
The alternative is to have the peasants help us out and look after our property while we're gone.
You are just asking for trouble when the noblemen just hire soldiers to come and kill everyone.
I really do not like any of this, and I think you're all just cowards.
I think you're a coward.
I don't care what you think. I'd like to add. Okay, shall we go and offer them this pay increase then?
Yes.
I think so.
Well, hold on. If we offer the pay increase, it will bring more peasants near. You do understand? It will upset the lords.
Will it? I thought.
Well, they can go choke on their steak that they paid 500 gold for.
Garrett is right,
Frankly-
Celsius says, that the nobles will not be happy with you paying your peasants more.
I do not like it at all. Trust me, it fills me with great shame and disgust. But this is what lords are.
Well, lords shouldn't be.
That is not. This is the decision at hand, Shunnock. We can talk about the what should later.
But if you're not actively working towards what should as much as you can, then what's the purpose of even thinking the way things should be, and just instead of just siding with the status quo that just promotes suffering constantly?
We are not for the status quo. We are to protect the world. The status quo is something we just have to deal with, and there's nothing we can do.
You're the one that's trying to justify a, quote, natural hierarchy.
Yes, universal natural hierarchy. It is what keeps us all here. It's the reason the dragons did what they did 500 years ago. It's the reason Zoltar... not Zoltar. Naruzatar did what he did, and it's what we're going to have to do. This burden's been placed on us, and it's not a happy burden.
It sounds to me like it's a kind of way to justify people who already have power keeping that power.
Well, yes.
So you'd
But-
give up your power, would you, Shunnock?
Yes, fuck power. I'd rather.
Well,
The only power I
The
think
work as a
anyone.
peasant in the field.
I would rather just be able to have the power to dictate my own life, not dictate other people.
And yet your life is dictated to
By what?
by Hakul.
It won't be for very long.
No?
I have plans.
Oh, right. I'll put a cup
Are
of
these-
tea. I'll put a cup of tea on.
Ah,
What'd you say, Joe?
do these plans involve us?
Potentially.
Okay.
Kira, could you just modify the memory of these peasants so that they don't remember that they were revolting?
Well, we know the peasants are revolting, but
You can't kill an idea. I'm not going to say that. um, well,
Ideas are military.
Well, you definitely can. Watch me.
I mean, we could always potentially do it to a few select individuals who control the rabble. I suppose that's not a terrible idea.
Yes, I can just help Gira sneak into Farron's house after I find out where she is. If they don't agree, and then
We will.
you could modify her memory.
Shunnock, I know this is a good idea. That way we can avoid potentially some bloodshed in the short term until the peasant give us some time. I fear.
But these people are still going to suffer and squalor because we decided to take the easy way.
Well, that's life, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're peasants, so it doesn't matter.
But we're the ones taking the easy way. We're the ones with power, and we decide to take the easy way and allow people to suffer because it's easier for us, but not for them.
Shunnock, we can't help everyone. Our job is to protect the world from powers that will destroy it. Our job isn't to make everyone's life into some fantasy utopia.
Especially not
This
as
isn't
the
the Feywild.
peasants.
This is Earth.
The worth of a place isn't in its preservation, it's in its people.
Oh, I disagree.
Yeah, and its people are being
its
dicks.
people are part of the place, right? It's all part of energy. It's the storm. It's things like that.
The people are what matters. The whole land around us could be destroyed, but so long as the people can go somewhere else and rebuild and live and laugh and love, they can build a better place. They can. It's still the people.
Well, pish posh, I tire of this. I'm going to retire
Yeah,
to
I'm
my
really
chamber.
bored of this. We're just saying the same thing over and over again.
I'm bored of it too.
Please, can
We'll go do the
What do we
negotiation.
want?
Well, no, we're not negotiating. We're
Do
going
we want to piss off the peasants or piss off
Nope.
the lords?
We're peasant bashing then.
No.
No.
Morna and me
are we
myself
doing?
are going to head out and modify the memories of one Miss Farron.
That's disgusting.
That's a great idea.
I
And if that doesn't work, Gira, I'll bash her head in.
Civil War, Civil War.
Surely that would be if she declines our offer.
Of course.
Well,
I thought we didn't offer that.
how about this? Hear me out. Gira modifies her memory. If it doesn't work, I kill her, he revives her, and then we ask her again. And then we repeat the process. Until she eventually gives
Yeah,
in.
yeah, but
That's very
we can't-
expensive.
It's
We
also
can't just.
incredibly cruel.
Or we could suggest to them that the lords are planning on sending men that will murder them, and maybe that
Yeah.
would help them to understand our position.
Yeah, well, we can't just ask them, give them a pay rise because the lords don't want us to. So I think we should just ask them to get back to work. Or what we could do is just say that they can, but just not pay them. But they could use the land to grow whatever vegetables they want.
I'm just saying that we should at least mention the fact that the lords are planning to send armed men. It would help to build unity at the very least.
We don't want unity.
And then Morna told them to fuck off.
Well, that was a.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
because
that
they're
was quite-
annoying.
That was quite
They
funny.
smell.
I thought that was quite funny.
Well, let us
Yeah, thank you.
broker a discussion with Lady Farrow. Well, not Lady Farrow, Miss Farrow, and then based on its outcome, we will do our next steps. As
That
outlined
sounds
here.
like a better idea.
Shonok, if you are not comfortable with what we might have to do, then I suggest you are not present for the encounter.
But then I'd know I did nothing. And
Well,
that's just as bad.
That's your choice, my friend.
Ashley says, "Oh, can I come?"
No.
God's no.
All right. Well, I'll just sit
If
here.
you can, you might pull a Warner.
What did you say?
So I'm worried that you might pull a Morna if you come to negotiations.
Oh no, I've sat through negotiations a lot back in my day.
I have also sat at the back of
Wait.
many negotiations.
Good at holding your tongue, hiding your disgust.
Oh, I could definitely hold in my disgust. I'm very good at that.
Okay then, that's no
Alright.
problem.
I'll come and be the muscle at the back. I'll just stand there and stare at them.
Halcyon walks around the corner and then comes back holding a massive like morning star.
Perfect. Bring that with you.
No!
Perfect. No, bring that. Perfect.
No, don't bring that.
Bring the morning star. Perfect.
No!
Definitely. The implication, they can't say no.
Oh my god.
I suggest
Yeah,
Morna, I suggest we go over the cover of night. Or darkness.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna take you on the cover of night, but first I'm gonna go by myself to ask around to see if I can find out where she lives.
Can't we at least talk to them first?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it while you're talking to them. I just want to know where she lives, okay? Or I could follow her home afterwards.
Hey, Gary, if you're going to modify a memory, do you think you could get to agree to actually less money
Well, the idea would
than
be,
what we were actually originally paying them?
the idea would be to her to basically agree that it's a bad revolution, or negotiation's a bad idea, and they should get back to work.
And that they should take a pay cut.
No. We don't want the balance to tip too far in the favor of the Lords.
Oh, no fun.
What's the is there an inflation rate in Erd?
Inflation isn't something that's known about really.
Right.
Money's on the gold standard, so it's like less volatile really.
Okay.
Yeah, because like centralized currency isn't really a thing.
Mm.
Cool.
Right then.
So, by the way, I can modify memory back to a year ago if I use 7th level.
Nice.
That's cool.
It's like just a 10-minute period in that year, right? It's like a 10-minute period that happened anywhere in the last year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, it would basically be the moment she realized that, or the kind of pivotal moment where she kind of realized rebellion would be, mounting a resistance would be a. Do I need to specify the exact memory, Mike?
You'd probably just want to say like generally like something that might pacify her or something. I don't know. The storm works in mysterious ways.
Sure. Okay. I'll figure it out.
So what's the plan? So Mona's going in first, right? Or what?
Yeah, I assume she's going to.
No, I'm not going in.
No, she's
I'm just
gonna-
going to the town
yeah.
with the group to look for where Farron lives.
Okay, so you begin the walk into Darkbridge. Who's coming? Shinnok, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, and Roxanne, you're there as well.
I'm definitely coming.
Cool. Okay, and Halcyon's tagging behind. She says, "Oh, I've not really done this walk very much before. It's nice views though. The Eastwood over there, just over the river. Yeah, it's nice. All right, so you begin to enter Darkbridge. Mona, do you want to do a sort of investigation check to try and like find out information about her?
Yeah.
Just going around speaking to people.
If it loads.
If it loads. Do you want me to do it for you?
No, it's okay.
Are we just waiting for it to load?
It doesn't
Yeah, I
load.
think it
I'm gonna
crashed.
roll a d20. And then
+4, right? Or is it plus?
I've got
Do you have proficiency?
no.
Investigation plus
So
4,
+4,
yeah.
22.
22. Okay, so speaking around, what sort of information do you wanted to know where she? I'll give you three questions that you might be able to pick up from people about her in the town.
Where does she live?
Okay, so a sort of milkmaid who is driving a cart into the centre of the town, near the market. You hear from her that that Miss Farrow actually she has a room in the inn on the top floor, and that's where she stays.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna go and ask in the inn. Well, that's where everyone is, isn't it?
Well, you've got 2 more questions you can ask about her if you want.
Oh, what other questions should I ask?
You could ask how long she's been here.
And also, what made her want to do what she does?
Does she have any pets?
Yeah, you get a no from that. She doesn't seem to have any pets.
How long has she been here?
Okay, so you hear from the blacksmith, who's not really a fan of the whole movement, that she's not a local at all. She's set up shop in the town and is starting to spread her. But because of your high role, you also hear from the blacksmith a rumor that she's involved with a group called the Council of the Unseen.
I see what's going on.
Okay. Is that like a cult, or do I know anything about that?
The blacksmith is like, I've heard that. Well, I'm not really sure. You hear rumors, but it doesn't sound good. Anyone being from a group calling themselves that is pretty, I don't know, pretty dodgy.
Okay.
It's
Thank
hard
you very
to know
much.
She's a plant here. Maybe to help
Yeah.
Lord muscle in on the property.
Yeah, you're not. You guys aren't with me, but yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
hold on to. I don't have my notes up, so I can't write it down. But I will try and remember.
Okay. All right, and as for the rest of you, where are you going?
Hide in a bush near the inn. I wait, to wait for Morna.
Okay, so you guys are just waiting around, are you?
I think so.
I could use my
Roll
sending
like
stone.
Yagan.
I'm just gonna use my sending stone to Morna to just check in, discover what she's found out.
Yeah, I
how
tell
long
you
she's
guys
been-
what she's told me.
Okay, so are you back with the group now, Warner, then?
Yeah.
That would make sense as to why she didn't seem to want to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
If she's just here to stir up controversy to prevent the workers from working.
Or
Then perhaps-
to provoke a situation where lords can invade and take over.
I suppose the question is then, is she working on behalf of one of the other lords, trying to stir things up here so they can have grounds to truly be angry? Maybe just trying to hit the economic impact of it. Maybe delegitimize us as lords.
Speculation matters not, Scrimshaw.
I mean, speculation can help
Oh,
us solve the issue.
Or perhaps this is just something she does. Maybe she's going round trying to get better working conditions for workers.
We could ask her about it.
Maybe the Council of the Unseen is the unseen being the working peasant, unseen by the government, unseen as people.
Maybe we should ask her about the Council of the Unseen.
Maybe.
Throw her
I
off
was
her
thinking
game.
when I'm gonna eventually kill her, and I'm like, you think you're in the Council of Unseen? You didn't even see me getting in here, or something along the lines. I'm gonna work on
That
it
would
over
be
the next few hours.
really cool.
I don't think
May,
we should.
may I suggest we move Miss Farrow out here and we use a zone of truth on her?
Is it Pharaoh?
I thought it was
That
Farrow.
sounds like a good idea.
This is Farrow.
We use a zone of truth, and then once the deed is done, modify her memory.
Maybe modify her memory, please. I'd rather it just not immediately jump to changing someone's mind.
Well, it's that or kill
But
her.
it was pretty fun the last time he did it.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Anyway,
That was when we all got teleported away.
before we all fall to sleep, shall we remove her from her residence?
Could just shout, "Hey, come out here!"
Well, I suggest we might have to be. We need to do it discreetly so it doesn't alert the inn. That's why I'm concerned about the zone of truth. It's 15 feet radius.
I have an idea. I could disguise myself as a shadowy-looking individual, tell her that the Council of the Unseen had mentioned that she's in danger and that she needs to move, bring her out.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And what if it goes wrong? What's our contingency?
If it goes wrong, I can paralyze her.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you for coming on board with this for now.
I'm not on board with the whole being against peasants thing. I'm for trying to figure out what the fuck this council is.
That's good enough for me.
Oh,
I just don't care about
that
peasants.
makes me nervous.
I feel like that's something that we do once we finish fixing the world. We can come back and deal with the peasants, right? But for first of all, if the world comes first, peasants second.
Agreed. Go on then, Chinook. The stage is yours.
Okay. I assume in my time I've seen some roguish-looking individuals in black clothes. You know,
Yeah.
criminal-looking types.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Disguise Self. Because she's seen my face, I don't want to just change my clothes. I'm gonna turn myself into a human, with a kind of shaven head, a scar across my left eye. I'm gonna change my clothes to resemble that of just standard, just like sneaking attire, like leather armor, a cloak, something inconspicuous.
Okay. Yeah. So changing your appearance in that fashion, you look very very roguish.
Right.
Classic.
Right. Wish me luck. And I kind of saunter in.
Okay. So you go into the bar. It's a lot quieter than it was when you went yesterday. However, in the far corner, in the same place that she was sat yesterday, is Miss Farrow, who is chatting with a number of people around. She seems relaxed, laid back. She's crossed her legs and is sort of just leaning nonchalantly to one side as she sees you enter.
Can I sit nearby and try and eavesdrop to what she's saying?
Yeah. Are you trying to do it sort of like stealthily?
Yeah.
Alright, roll a stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
Okay, so just pretty, yeah, out, you know, not suspicious whatsoever. You just sort of sit down as close as you can, maybe 2 tables away, and make a perception check for me.
Okay, perception. Yeah.
It's
Wait,
quite
I
a
had a long rest, right? Could I add an inspiration die to that?
Sure.
2/1d10. Hey, 19.
Okay, so at first it's quite hard to hear, but you manage to just inch yourself a bit closer without anyone noticing. And you hear her talking with a number of people, like one sort of large, burly man who's clearly a peasant who you've seen around but you haven't interacted with, and then also another man who is just sort of sat back. He's sort of wearing a cloak, like maybe he's a magister of some sort, and he's just sort of like watching the two talk. Really, what they're talking about, really hard to pick up. You hear her sort of laughing and saying things like, "Oh yeah, you can drink like no one's business, huh?" And he's like, I could take you a lot longer." they're sort of just like playfully going forward and back.
I'm gonna get up and start approaching the table.
Okay. As you begin approaching the table, two sort of people who are sat nearby get up and clearly have sort of bodyguards who take sort of like begin to unsheath daggers, but then she sort of holds her hand up and says, "And who is this approaches?"
I have a message for you from the council.
She looks you up and down. Make a persuasion. No, make a
Deception,
perception
right?
check. Yeah.
Okay.
She looks you up and down and says, "Oh, aye. What's the council want?"
They've mentioned that some unsavory individuals have come nearby. Some lords hired them, want you dead.
No surprise there.
I've been asked to escort you to a specific safe room nearby.
She looks like her gaze, and this is the first time you've really sort of like interacted with her, where she has given you her full undivided attention. Her gaze seems to pierce right through you. Like her eyes seem like they're from a being who's much wiser and much older than she sort of claims to be.
Right.
And you just have this sort of wave just overcome you of like, who is this person? Because it's like it's clearly not the sort of young figure that's trying to enthusiastically raise the workers up. She says, "I think I'm okay here, but you can go back to the council and tell them that I know what I'm doing."
I'm gonna have to insist.
One of the guards sort of presses forward and begins to unsheath his dagger, and he says, "The lady's spoken."
Alright, fine. Well, I'll be outside if you need me.
Very well. And she sort of sits back, and the two guards just sheath their daggers and begin to sit down again as you begin walking out.
Alright, I go up to the party. Well, that didn't work.
Aw, why not?
Well, I have the idea. She saw right through it. Her eyes, they didn't belong to someone like her. They were older.
How can you have old eyes?
I don't know, but she's
Like
certainly
some
not.
genetic disease.
She's certainly not just an organizer, and I don't know if modifying her memory would work.
Well, that leaves but one solution.
Oh, gods. I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree. We should kill her.
On what basis? That she's older than she
Should've gets
seems?
4v1 now, baby. You're right. Not Should've, I'm sure. It's 4v1, girl.
Is it
You ain't
really-
winning this.
Do you all agree on this?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think maybe you should go and try and talk to her, and if she doesn't agree, that's when we do the.
Well,
I'll
I think at this point, if we send anyone in-house, it's going to be quite obvious to the denizens of the inn what's going on. It's important we make sure the townsfolk don't believe we were involved at all if possible.
I mean, everyone knows I've been asking where her room is, so they're definitely going to know that we were involved.
Oh,
But I don't
fuck.
think it matters that people know that we're involved, right?
Well, people will fear us if they know we're involved.
We can
And I feel like these peasants could do with a little fear and
I don't know.
Ugh,
I just don't like.
why not?
Well, I don't like
I'm
it
not
either,
sentimental.
Scrimshaw. It's not about liking it or not. If we could only do nice deeds to complete all our acts in life, then it would be a joyous one indeed, but unfortunately that's not the way it works.
What?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with killing people if I know that they are horrendous people who have done awful things and deserve death. But for all that we know, this is some just person who is coming around and trying to get good for workers.
She knew the council. She knew about the council when I mentioned it, suggesting that she does in fact work with them.
And
She
is there something wrong with that? We
she
don't know that this
also
Council of the
she
Unseen is
also
anything nefarious.
she also you weren't there, but I saw something in there. She has a lot more power than she's letting on. I don't think this is just about unionizing workers. This is something else. What exactly it is, I couldn't say, but it's certainly not about helping out the workers.
I just can't get behind. She's a bit suspicious, so we kill her.
We're not killing her because she's suspicious, Scrimshaw. I would love to. I think we should still try and modify her memory if possible.
What's that going to do? What are you going to modify her memory for? She's already. You can only modify it for 10 minutes, right?
No,
Well, no, you
She,
modify it in the period. So,
she
for
was,
Yeah.
example, if we were to sit down and have a conversation that was less than 10 minutes, we could modify her memory such that she remembers that conversation as having differently.
Right. Oh, I thought you were going to modify it so that she didn't remember rallying all the peasants. And I was like,
Oh, no.
oh, okay, I
well,
see. I
no.
see.
You could go back, like, and say, we'll modify a 10-minute period where she,
the,
did
the
something
issue,
and all figured it all out in the past. I mean, we'd have to talk to her first and understand why that is, but
the issue is she mentioned that this came as no surprise, and I think she's done things like this before. And I think that the Order is used to things like this and should be a bit suspicious of the memory we implant into her brain of, coming to a town to rile them up and then deciding in her brain, oh yeah, I'm not here to rile people up.
well, I never said that. We can think of a more creative solution.
I don't know, Order sounds like a cult to me. I don't like cults, they tend to end poorly.
I mean, Morna's cult ended quite poorly.
Oops.
Exactly.
Ouch.
So,
But we can't mourn the loss of that religion anymore. We have to move forward.
Brilliant.
Nice.
All right. Well, should we take a break then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, Matt. Do you want
go. We're live.
Hello, welcome back.
Oh.
We are live once again. So before the break, the party were. I'm confused as to how you even left it. So you now want to go and speak to her about the union stuff, do you? Or did you want to just kill her? I'm not confused.
No. So the Chinook and Morna will go in and retrieve her after she's gone to bed. Hopefully, which I imagine might be a couple hours. And then we're gonna talk to her
Okay.
when she's out here.
Okay. All right. So
And
in that
we
case-
are a little bit far away, like away from people.
Yeah. So you're spending the rest of the day just sort of pottering around, waiting till evening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So evening begins to fall, and you've camped sort of just outside Darkbridge, ready to try and infiltrate the inn. Is it so? It's just Morna and Chinook, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Morna and Chinook. What would you want? What do you want to do?
Can you make yourself invisible?
Can I make us invisible? I don't have the invisibility spell.
Oh. I don't know what you're gonna do then, but I'm gonna go invisible and just walk in.
I mean,
You
I
might
was
have to buy
gonna-
yourself a room.
Do we know which room she's actually going to be in?
Just one of the top ones. Maybe you could go in and give the bartender some money to tell you which room she's in, and maybe give you a key. A lot of money.
I could disguise self and do that because I don't want a paper trail.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna disguise myself as a high elven gentleman.
Okay. Is it dark in the pub now?
Oh no,
In the inn.
the inn is still open for a bit.
Oh.
Yeah, so someone's at the bar just waiting to
Oh.
see if people late at night come and book a room.
Wait, no, hang on. I can cast mislead.
Okay.
Just book a room.
Okay. I'm going to prop myself up against the door to the inn
Yeah.
and kind of cast mislead so that it looks like. Essentially, mislead allows me to create a copy of myself, an illusory copy, while I turn invisible and head away.
Yeah.
So my copy is against the inn.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And Mona, what are you doing?
I'm not sure. Maybe Chinook could find out. Because if it's not dark inside, I can't be invisible. I suppose I could sneak in under the bench. Like the bar bench. And just, like, crawl.
So you're invisible. At the moment.
Huh?
You're invisible at the moment, are you?
Yeah, I am if I'm outside, but if it's not dim light inside, then I can't be invisible.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're both in the inn at this point.
I'm gonna sneak in.
Okay. Are you from the front, or are you gonna have a look around the back or anything?
Round the back.
Okay, so round the back, so there's like a back street alley, which is just by the back of the inn. There's a side door that leads into the kitchen, but it's locked from the outside.
Can I try and pick it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think I could just. Are there any windows upstairs that are open?
There are, yeah, they have shutters in them, but you could open them.
Yeah, if there's one that looks like it's in a window for a corridor upstairs, I'd quite like to just sort of be invisible, run up the wall, and then open the shutter and then go in.
Okay, so the top room of the inn it sort of is like an attic, and it's just one room. And there is a window on the top.
I'll do that.
Okay. Shinnok, are you just? I mean, Mona, make a stealth check for me as well. I know you're.
I'm gonna
you
cast
have
Pass
advantage.
Without a Trace.
Okay, You have advantage as well. What was that?
Sorry. My room is by the kitchen, and one of the housemates has her boyfriend around.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I have plus 15 to the roll. Okay, so that is
That's fine.
wait, no, I want to work it out. 28 plus 15, 38, 42.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, that's fine.
You're instantly detected.
Yeah.
Yeah, 43.
So sneaking up the outside of the wall, you don't even disturb the sort of the plaster sort of facade of the inn. And as you go into the attic room, you see in the far corner a bed with a sort of a figure wrapped in a blanket, sort of facing away from you, like a
What?
half bent, well, on the bed sleeping.
Oh, right. I thought they were just like wrapped in a blanket staring at the wall. Okay.
I mean, they could be. You can't see their face, but
Hello,
these people are
Morning.
sleeping.
I've been expecting you.
Can I just go and see if I can see their face?
Well, you'd have to get closer and have a look.
Yeah, that's fine. Is it it's dark in here, right? They're sleeping, so I
Yeah.
can be invisible.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, and Chinook, what are you doing?
I was gonna just kind of sneak in through the front.
Sneak in through the front. So you're down at the bottom, are you?
Yeah, and like I cast mislead, so I am invisible, right?
Yeah. And are you going upstairs as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get, so as Morna's sort of approaching, you reach the locked door of Miss Farrow's room. And Morna, you hear footsteps at the outside of the door as you're approaching.
Okay, and it is her in the bed.
Well, you're sort of crossing over the room at the moment as you've heard someone's footsteps.
Oh, okay.
Approaching the door. So you can decide what to do here, whether you're going to continue going on or hide or.
I'm invisible, so I'll just
Yeah.
wait.
Okay.
I can't unlock the door. Crap.
Have you got no method for opening the door?
No.
Okay. So, all right. So, Mona, you begin to go over to the sort of bundle in the bed. Make an investigation check for me.
Okay, investigation has +4. So that's no, yeah, +4, so 17.
Okay. So you begin to pull the blanket down, and you notice that it's just like a bunch of pillows, all just sort of like shaped into a person. And as you continue to pull the blanket down to check that there's nothing else in there, sat right in the middle of this thing seems to be this sort of like weird orb. That as you look at it and as sort of gets a glimpse of the outside light, it begins to glow red and then it explodes.
Oh no!
So Mona and Chinook, can you both make dexterity saving throws for me as this strange orb explodes with like a green fire?
Why won't it fucking load? Can you hold the phone?
Hey!
1 sec. I'm just gonna reload roll 28. Actually, we can work out. What's my dexterity save?
10.
Are you sure? I have 20 dex and I have proficiency in it.
Yeah, that'd be +10.
Okay. Oh no, 15.
15. That's a failure, but you have evasion, so you take half.
Yeah.
All right. So both Mona and Chinook, you both take 54 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Hey.
As the top the whole roof of the attic explodes out with a massive fireball. Immediately everything catches fire. Mona, you're thrown out of the window, but you slow fall and manage to catch your thing. Chinook, you get thrust back and you smash the back sort of corridor. As the entire roof of the building has exploded off with a huge fireball, and obviously, like, people are starting to climb out of their houses and survey the damage.
Am I still invisible at this point?
Oh, you need to make a check, right? Because it's concentration.
Yeah.
All right, you need to make a check. I think you're probably not going to pass it though with 54. So
Just
you'd need to be a 20, 28. Is it? 27. Oh yeah, 27.
So it's a Constitution save,
Constitution saving throw, yeah. DC 27. Okay, so yeah, as you hit the back wall, you drop concentration on it.
Right? Okay, I'm just gonna cast it immediately again.
Okay, you cast it. All right. All right. What are you getting your person to do? Just stand there.
I'm. Oh fuck. Oh wait, no. Hang on. I need to think about this.
You don't have much time. People are the house is burning down.
The person looks dead. Deader than fuck.
All right. So you're just sort of your doppelganger's crumpled on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you begin to run out, and you see, you see that just chaos on the streets. There's splinters and bits of burning rubble and stuff are burning in the street.
I'm just gonna. Presumably, we're like somewhere that can see this.
Yeah. You just saw the roof. You just saw the roof of the inn.
Rock garden.
Yeah, I'm just
like,
sprinting back to the campsite.
Gonna turn to Roxanne and just say, "Fucking hell, Mona, what the fuck did Mona do? She wasn't supposed to do that."
What's 121 take away 54?
Right, come, and we kind of. Well, actually, no, hold on. So maybe we shouldn't go. If they see us, then they know we would not be an Erstwald. Raise suspicion. It might be best if we hang back.
You'll have sending stones. I'm gonna shout to Chinook, teleport away so they can't see your body.
Sorry, what was that?
Teleport away so they can't see your body, idiot. And then I'm gonna run.
Alright, I got concentration and I teleport back to the campsite.
So you're casting teleport to the campsite.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
just
dropping
we're
concentration on mislead.
Oh yeah, okay.
Go to the house, it's fine, we can meet you there.
That's fine. You can make your way back to the campsite. It's okay. Just cast teleport, and that's okay. So you eventually all meet up back at the meeting spot. The town in the distance burning like red in the in the night sky.
What did you do?
I didn't do.
You weren't supposed to blow the bloody inn off. Mona.
Did you cast fireball again?
There was a bundle of clothes in the bed, and I very stealthily
Dropped a grenade?
No, I was being very stealthy. I don't know why it went off, but there was an orb, and it exploded when it saw me. I don't know how it saw me,
Right?
because I was invisible.
Can Gira do a?
And I didn't even touch it because I was being really stealthy.
Can Gira
It was
do
very magic.
a check just to see if no one's around? I know it's
From where you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Make a perception check.
perception. Just feel like
You
there's
don't
anyone
know what's-
nearby.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Most people around are a few hundred meters away in the town, dealing with the inn fire at the moment.
I was more thinking about and can I scry on Miss Farrow?
Yeah. Yeah, you can cast that if you wish now.
That's good.
Do I? Yeah. So Gira pulls out he holds onto his relic around his neck, a half kind of key-looking strange thing, and his eyes go blue, and he casts scry onto.
Okay,
Miss
cool.
Farrow.
Yeah. So you begin to focus into your sort of basin of water as you're casting it. As you look in there, it begins to cloud over and begins to go misty and silvery, almost like it's some sort of mercury, and then the cloudiness fades and it turns into almost a sort of a frosted window where you can see beyond into a different part of the world. However, it isn't quite able to lock on. You can feel it sensing and searching, but unfortunately, the scry fails.
Curious, the scry did not work.
I mean, she's part of the Council of the Unseen. I'm pretty sure they would be pretty good at evading divination.
Well, even so, it seems she's been tipped off.
Yeah.
I did tell her that a group of thugs were coming to try and kill her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shodok.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
that
I
seems
was
like
trying
information that didn't
I was
come
trying
back.
to get her outside.
You fool of a half-elf.
What would you have said? Oh, come with me. I'm a stranger. There is no threats to your life. Come with me, so that we can do things outside. I don't know.
It matters not.
I wanted to just offer them what they wanted. Well, not what they wanted, but what would be good for them.
Well, hindsight is a wonderful thing, Scrimshaw. But come on, we must deal with what is ahead.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Where do we go from here, then?
We could fake our deaths.
And that would help?
That would mean that we wouldn't have to deal with this issue anymore.
I mean, I guess. I mean, we just fake our deaths and go not do anything of note ever again?
Oh, we could just, under a different name, like the Stefan 11. The Stefan 11.
We can find 6 more members.
Well,
Clone Clive.
And Aaron and Illyrio were quite clear about not wanting to go on any more of these capers.
Oh, the rest would just be illusion.
What about the sexy six? We could just get a 6-member and then wear lingerie instead of armor.
That
But Morna,
sounds
you
like
could-
a fast track to being
It
killed.
looks like there's 2 of you.
Yeah.
I figure I'd look good in lingerie.
So do I.
I mean, if you want to get some lingerie rocks on, we can do that.
I mean, it might be nice to try. Might be quite roomy. Might be able to maneuver.
Well, I think it's the opposite of roomy.
Also said
It's
by the
like
man who
saying-
wears like a loincloth.
Mike, can I
No,
scry
he wears
on...
Tarsat trousers.
Mike,
Yeah,
can
you
I
do
scry
wear
on
some-
Halcyon?
Halcyan's with you.
Oh, she's with us. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. I was just double checking Farah hadn't gone to. She hadn't gone to the estate. She might have. But...
Oh god, Scry on Clive!
Wait, don't we have a lead-lined room in Osterwald?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she could. And does lead-lined room stop scrying?
Yep. That's why we bought it. Yeah, we did buy it.
I mean, there's that, but I think it's just a thing she has. I think she's a member of...
It could be that too.
I don't know.
It's not
Yeah.
a foolproof spell, is it? People can resist being stried on.
I just feel like the Council of the Unseen would be very good at painting being unseen. Even through divination magic.
Maybe you could ask the storm about the council, Gira?
What questions do you have in mind?
I don't know, does the Council of the Unseen seek to... Like, is their goal just to get rights for workers? Do they have more nefarious goals? I don't know.
can commune. Gira will commune.
Okay, so you're back. Say, let's. Are you gonna head back to Estorwell? Are you doing it?
We're
here?
not going to help them put out the fire. Does no one have any water
We
spells?
don't really want to be seen here at the time of the.
Alright, we'll walk back to Eastwood, but like through the trees. You can't see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go through the Eastward.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you're extending your journey a little bit, but it's fine. You can get back by the end of the night. Okay, so you get back to Astroworld. It's quiet. You get into the house, and there's that sense of warmth.
I've had enough of warmth.
So you're going to cast Commune, are you going?
Yeah.
Okay, so your vision fades as you begin to imagine yourself on that mountaintop and feel the storm course through you as you seek to commune with it. Eventually, you feel a sense of communication, a line of energy that you grasp onto, and you feel like it is listening to you in this moment.
Oh, mighty storm, I come to you at this time of need. 3 questions. The first, are the Council of the Unseen simply a mechanism to further workers' rights and the plight of the peasant?
The storm sort of begins to go chilly. Starts to there's a brisk sort of chill in the air that's biting. It feels to be a quite solid no.
Is the Council of the Unseen and Miss Farrow worthy of the bearers of the Mantle of Responsibility's time?
The storm begins to take on an unsure sort of feel. It's quite you're quite unsure about whether it's going to be a yes or a no.
Okay. Is Miss Farrow a human that actually, does Miss Farrow possess extensive magical capabilities?
The storm suddenly becomes quite oppressive and all-encompassing to signify a sort of a yes.
Alright, thank you for your time. As always, I will follow in your light.
Okay, the storm begins to fade, and you open your eyes in front of the group.
What did the storm say?
It is troubling portents indeed. It seems that indeed this Council of the Unseen isn't just a force of workers' rights, just something more. She and Miss Farrow is a user of magic, and I'm not entirely sure if it's worthy of our time or not, but it seems like it could be.
I believe they tried to kill us. I think it's worthy of our time.
I mean, it does kind of seem like she set a trap for the assailants that you warned her about.
I think the reason she's here is throwing up problems for us. I felt like she saw through my disguise. I think she's here targeting us.
Troubling news indeed. I don't see if there's very much we can do about it. We're almost waiting for her to make a move.
Isn't that what we tend to do with a lot of things?
Well, not always. There's usually a lead of some description, but it seems in this case the ball is firmly in her court.
Message Aaron. Aaron's the most knowledgeable person we know of.
But I fear I don't think Aaron has all the answers to everything in the world. There must be someone else who we could probably ask who might be a bit more knowledgeable of the underbelly of the world. Perhaps a Don Lucian of sorts.
I mean, yeah, Don Lucian could work.
Anyone else? Think of anyone else we could ask on this?
I have no idea.
What about, surely Tarman has heard of is fairly well tuned into these cults. Well, not these cults, but just cults.
Thanks. Yeah, okay. I'll message her and ask if she's got any information. I'll message Hammond and just say, hi. Just wondering if you have any information on the Council of the Unseen. They're causing trouble for us at the moment in Erstwald.
A few moments pass and you hear a response. Oh, hi, Mona. No, I've never heard of the Council of the Unseen.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
I'm not really sure how I. Yeah. If I hear anything, I'll contact you. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Gira tries, basically asks the same question to Don Lucian.
Okay. You get a response. Oh, you always contact me at a very, very late time. But Council of the Unseen. That does. I am familiar with that name. But maybe we should speak in person about it?
When do you want to speak? When do you want to speak?
He's talking to Gira.
Well,
I assume
I imagine Don Lucian operates on normal working hours, so I think it would not be unusual if we just turned up at his warehouse tomorrow.
I could teleport us over there.
Well, thank you very much. I do, yes.
Well, I mean, it is, like you said, it is a bit late, right?
Oh,
yeah,
no, what do you mean?
like what I mean is like I can teleport us when we wake up in the morning.
Oh, right.
Chat to Don Lucian. See what he knows.
Is that what you want to do then?
Yeah, I think so. Unless, does anybody else have objections to this, or people think that we should focus our effort on something else on the immediate?
that sounds fine.
The storm.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I would suggest we could go to the Feywild, but I'd rather do that after the wedding.
Scrimshaw?
Well, I mean, aside from this, there's smashing a rock for Roxxon.
Yeah. Smash the rock, Roxxon.
Yeah,
That's what
kind of
they'll
it, really. Just looking for stuff for your maps, Gira, but you seem to be kind of pondering that yourself. But
Well, I believe it's your brother as well involved, Scrimshaw.
I'm sorry?
Well, it is your brother involved as well. I'm surprised you'd not, be interested as much as I am.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to get my memories before I really before taking any action regarding Tail. And if Hakul can help with that, then great.
Very well. Very well.
And time passes differently in the Feywild. I'd rather go there, and then turns out we've missed the wedding by a few years.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe we
Really
should
wanna-
wait for the wedding.
It would be pretty shitty for us to ask them to come help us kill an elder brain and then
Just refuse
not
to
even
show up
show
for
up
their
for our
wedding.
wedding.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
pretty
kind of
small
shit.
amounts compared to what we asked of them.
What are we gonna get them for a wedding gift?
Oh god, we have to get them a wedding gift?
I mean, it's
I mean-
polite.
Yeah.
We
Maybe
could get like a tree or something.
a tree.
Or a cat. Oh, we could give them one of our puppies.
Didn't Halcyon sell all the puppies?
No, she only sold a couple of them.
Oh, we could give them a puppy. That would be a pretty cool gift, unless they don't
Be a
like
pretty
dogs.
stingy gift. Yeah, have a puppy we just happen to have.
We could always give them a lodestone.
Yeah, give them a lodestone.
Maybe one each. Put them on rings. Tell them to use them for their engagement rings.
Yeah, and then we could like bump
Swap them out.
knuckles.
Which I'm surprised.
We'll think. We'll think.
It's not a bad idea actually. Like putting the lodestones and rings and like all having one. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Power
like-
of the lodestone, unite!
You know, nothing.
We
They
could.
all like
we
fist
could-
in.
Go, 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 lodestone ranger.
It would be pretty cool. I don't know. Like, that'd be kind of cool. And like,
we could get them a gauntlet, and we could put the different lodestones in between the knuckles.
See, in my head, these lodestones are like
yeah, we
maybe
could.
double fist size.
Yeah, they are. But can't we like break
Yeah,
them
I've
up?
been imagining.
Surely.
Yeah, we could smash
Lodestones
the
are probably
wall.
a bit closer to.
Wall.
Oh no, I imagine them like this big. Sorry, I know you can't see that.
Lodestones are
I'm holding
probably.
two.
Yeah, like this big. Come on, guys.
I'm holding both my hands together.
Yeah, no,
that
lodestones
big.
are a bit bigger than that.
Can we?
Just
About-
if it's,
They're probably about bowling ball sized.
Do we know if we could break them up?
Oh, okay.
if it's Joanne putting her fist together, it's not very big.
You could potentially break them out. They do come in different sizes.
Yeah.
Like I think the lodestone of air that you have is on the larger side, so it's probably more like a sort of big bowling ball.
Like a gas giant.
Yeah, like a gas giant. So, so are you all going to bed then? Are you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right.
So-
So you get your rests, you get your spells back and stuff, and then the next day rises as the first sort of biting cold of the upcoming autumn going into winter grabs you. It's a bit chilly, a bit of frost in the morning. Halcyon's up as usual, bright and early, feeding Clive.
Clive!
Right then, should we think about heading to the dawn?
I'm not sure. Shall I take us there and you can bring us back?
I mean, either way works.
Just means you have your more important spell slots if shit goes down.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a smarter idea. I shall begin to draw the circle.
Okay, so
Halcyon, do you feel like coming to speak with Don Lucian?
I think I'd rather stay here. Maybe
Okay. Have a good day.
I'll keep an eye out on Estelwort for you.
And please do say,
Very-
do shout if anything goes wrong here, please.
Watch out for the peasants, keep your morning star close.
I will contact you with post haste.
Very well.
That sending zone she has.
Okay, so you'll begin to one by one step in the teleport, and you are whisked to the town of Port Dalron, where the biting chill hasn't quite reached down here yet. It is sunny, not a cloud in the sky as the fishing boats are going out.
Right, let's go find.
Whereabouts
The
is his
dog.
workshop? In Port Dalron.
It's right on the docks.
Okay.
Okay, so you go, you enter as he is just overlooking a pile of paperwork, and he spots you enter and says, "Ah, something told me you'd come here quickly."
Well, thank you for receiving us. I didn't see fit to send a further message. I felt that we made our case quite clearly.
Yes, yes. Well, you've all turned up, I see. Huh. Well, I don't really want to be assigned to any of the information I'm telling you. You see.
Discretion. We can be
Yes.
discreet.
Well, I just feel that it's becoming quite knowledgeable that I am your sole proprietor of magical items. So I'm just not very interested in making the enemies of your enemies.
Well, would you
Um,
go
so-
on, sorry.
Is there somewhere you'd like to talk then, or would you rather not have the conversation?
Well, I'm just saying that you've already been spotted speaking to me, so I might as well tell you everything I know.
Okay.
Oh, well, that works for us.
All right, come in my office.
Okay, shall I follow him in?
He sits down and says, "So you've come across this Order of the Unseen?" Hmm?
Yes. So there's some of the workers for our land in Darkbridge. They were just as to what they were unionizing, trying to get them better pay, which turned out to be a ludicrous sum that we wouldn't be able to cover by the profits of the farm by any stretch of the imagination. And the leader behind it seems to be this Pharaoh character from the Council of the Unseen. We're trying to figure out what her motivations might be. She seemed to not really have a whole lot of willingness to discuss terms with the workers. We were fairly open to renegotiating, but she kind of just threw it back in our face.
I see. Well, I know the name Council of the Unseen. I'm not familiar with everything. I will tell you all that I know. And this is why I'm going through this paperwork here, because some of it might help me out. What you see I have here is, let's say, they are records from the last administration in this town, kept by Pietro, Master Aemon, Merithacure, those types of things. Well, occasionally they had dealings with a group that calls themselves the Order of the Unseen. Money being traded. The Black Hand was usually used as their what was it? Underground smuggling faction. And it is strange. I am trying to tie back exactly where this money has been going, but it seems to go off to a single individual that currently I'm struggling to find a name for.
What kind of things were being purchased, traded?
Magical items, tile stones on the black market, then gold, wealth, spell scrolls, all this type of things, but often rare artifacts and books that wouldn't have been able to be sold through legitimate means.
So this person, this sole individual, is someone with great amounts of wealth.
Well, maybe. Certainly, there was a lot of money going through it, but it was nothing compared to the value of some of the artifacts that were traded. It very well could be some sort of adventurer who has been collecting artifacts and selling them on the black market, and now has an organization that calls itself the Order of the Unseen.
These artifacts, among them, were there any? What are they called? Any very powerful blades?
Simbus blades.
Simbus blades.
Unfortunately, the records that the previous administration kept often spoke very secretively of these high-value artifacts. I've noticed that the values are generally given, but the names of them are either disguised or hidden entirely. It's more of a receipt that they both understand what it means. It's just for.
Do you have an example we can see?
He begins to flick through one of the pages, and he hands over a sort of quite standard-looking invoice. And there's something like 500,000 gold's worth of items being traded.
Are there any like signatures from the participants?
They have stamps. So one was stamped by the Azure, the Shining Revel, sorry, which was like the government of the time, and then the other one was stamped just by a sort of like a print of some sort, but it's quite hard to make out exactly what it is.
Yeah, so there's no handwriting to match to anything.
No.
Right, so they trade in powerful items. I mean, I'm not sure how this helps us.
Well, there was something else I noticed when I was looking through. Some of the items that they had been ordering, like special alchemical components, suggest that they might be making some sort of machine, maybe.
You mean like a clockwork machine?
No, I'm talking more about some sort of energy transference machine. A lot of the, I'm not an expert, of course, but I had some of my contractors take a look at this, who I pay greatly for them to understand things that I don't.
I love this. That's
And
great.
I was told that a lot of these types of things have been used in the past for people who want to transfer their soul energy from one vessel to another. Or even swapping souls from one body to another.
So
You
body
meant-
swapping.
Yeah, Chinook. You mentioned her eyes seemed old.
Oh god, yeah.
I don't think that's her body.
Scrimshaw, you don't happen to think this is, it doesn't say it because I don't know if you've ever told Don Lucian. He kind of realises halfway maybe isn't the right time to say it, but kind of, gestures at him basically.
Fair.
I mean, there was one group of people that were very good at stealing people's identities, but from what you've told me, you got rid of those.
What, intellect devours?
No, I was on about the I mean with the drow and the Underdark.
The doppelgangers.
The doppelgangers, yes.
Oh, this seems like quite a different piece of ingenuity. Doppelgangers are just
And the
by
dopp-
nature like that. This is a machine.
Yeah, the doppelgangers just mimic people's appearance. They don't transfer their souls.
Well, if I'm them, then I'm after tile stones, and I don't know if there's a large source anywhere that they might, or a way to track large volumes of tile stone energy. Maybe we could.
Well, most of the tilestone mines I know about are around Barathon or in the Grey Mountains.
What
The
about
Grey Mountains, you say?
what about also the Silver Bleep Peaks? Aren't there mines there? Because that's where a bunch of stuff crashed and things. Or...
To a lesser extent.
Okay. So one could assume that they're potentially pilfering them from there. But again, I mean, it'd be searching for a needle in a haystack. But not a terrible idea. Or magical artifacts. I suppose maybe we could lure them out of the promise of that. Silly ideas.
Well, what's more of a powerful magical artifact than a bunch of lodestone?
We cannot risk losing the lodestone, Sherlock.
Oh, I'm not saying we actually hold them out, but maybe that's why they targeted us.
Perhaps.
Because we've been after the lodestones. Therefore, maybe they've been targeting us so they can get the peasants to attack our home, and they have a swift way to steal our shit.
Well, yes, I'm not really sure else what information I have to give you.
Hmm.
Thank you. Now yeah, not really sure where to go next.
Well, we
We can head to the Grey Mountains or Barathon, check out the mines.
Like we could just go find her and confront her. Just ask her to explain herself.
Well, we tried that. I imagine she's not going to be back in Darkbridge anytime soon.
If she's not there, then maybe easier to get the peasants back to work.
Only for a matter of time, though, until she returns. And she will return.
In the meantime, we get our harvest.
Well, thank you very much, Don Lucian, for your time. We understand it puts great pressure on you to be seen delivering this news. If there is a code name or a way you would prefer us to conduct business going forward, please do say. Your safety is, of course, of paramount importance to us.
Yes. So, you gonna buy anything then?
What do you have on offer?
Everything's on offer, to a certain extent.
Everything's on offer. You want to say it?
Yeah, one could call it a sale.
Is there anything specific you think we'd like?
Oh,
Or is it just-
I have for you. What sort of instruments do you play?
I play the flute, I play the lute, I play the lyre.
Do you play the bongos?
I might actually play the. Hang on. Would that just come out the drum?
Yeah.
Hang on. Just opening my sheet. I play the pan flute, the flute, the horn, and the lyre.
Right, so no bongos then.
No bongos.
Well, would you like to learn the bongos?
By the
Because
gods.
I have the perfect starter set of bongos for you. I'm telling you, you have never tried any bongos as easy and effortless to play as these ones. See, try it for yourself. They almost play themselves.
I try playing these bongos.
As you sort of like, as your hands get close to them, they just get this overwhelming urge to just start doing a rhythm on the bongos, and they're just doing it themselves, and it's just bizarre because it almost feels like someone's just holding your hand and making them move up and down like a puppet.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I thought you sounded great.
But
You have a real sense of, you have a real ear for rhythm.
It was the drums. The drums controlled me. I don't.
Yes, well, I'm saying that this is the perfect starter set of bongos. You can impress all your friends. You can impress your mother-in-law. You can, play all the latest hits on them.
I don't have a mother-in-law.
Well, you can get one, and then you can play.
I love your marketing strategy. You're fantastic. I think I'm going to pass on the drums for now.
All right, well, it will be here for a limited time only.
Self-playing bongos.
I'm sure
Do
it
they
will be.
cast any specific spells through them? Do they have them?
No, they just. I mean, what you can do is you could trap this. You could release the spirit that's inside the bongos, and then cause that to cause chaos.
Oh, there's a
Sorry,
spirit
go
in the
back.
bongos.
Yeah, how else do you think it's controlling your hands?
I don't know, magic bullshit.
This one goes.
So there's a genie in there.
Is it a
Oh,
bongos?
okay, how much for the bongos?
For you, 200 platinum.
I do not have that.
Let's add the inflated price because it's him.
Well, I mean, he's clearly so good at the bongos, he can pay the premium. Because he will be making that money back.
Chinook, I think he's trying to scam you.
I do have credit.
I mean, if you go into wait, no, that's interest. I say if you go to the Feywild, interest builds up, but that's not good for you.
Yeah, you
Good-
haven't
be
paid
good
your
for
loan
investment.
for 3 years. He says, well, the interest is 0% interest for the first 4 weeks.
Oh no.
Don't fall for this. He's...
Oh no. But Genie.
What's the interest rate after the first 4 weeks?
Oh, you don't need to know about that. Trade secret.
I mean,
I think
It's
that
the
moves
source
is
of-
whatever you want it to be.
Oh no, it's only 14%.
It's,
wait, 14. What's that? 14%
A month.
per annum?
A month.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I mean, jeez, that's steep.
Well, it's not that steep.
don't do it.
I don't have 20
Oh, good. You're not getting mine either.
I also have a deck of many things. If anyone
Oh
Oh,
no!
no. Oh.
Oh, you have one too?
No.
Now you're talking.
I don't want to sell it to you, but I will let you draw a card for 100 gold.
100 gold to maybe die.
Oh no, I assure you that it's only the good ones.
I don't believe you.
Hang on.
Inside check.
Make it
Sorry, I mean, do I believe him?
Waiting to see
Hang
whether
on.
you believe him.
I give him 100 gold.
Guys, what's going on? You give
You give him 100 gold.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh no, it's happening again.
My insight is a 5.
Your
You should
insight.
tell him that he doesn't need to pay.
Sorry?
You can't tell whether he's lying. All right, 100 gold. He takes out a deck of cards.
Not a card.
God.
chaos.
And it's just a normal deck of cards.
You just got swindled.
You piece of shit.
Don't we actually have a
Hang
deck
on.
of many things? Anyway.
You can
what
have-
is it?
Hang on a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah,
that's
you
not a
can
deck
have
of many things. And Scrimshaw's going to pull out the deck of many things. This is a deck of many things.
Well, I mean, cards are things, and they had many cards in it.
Oh, he's got a point there.
I mean,
Can I have my gold back?
Yes, here you go. Here you go. Hands
Thank you.
And before
would
Mike
you like to draw a deck of deck?
Well, can you assure me that there's no bad cards in there?
Oh, there's no
No.
bad cards
Absolute, absolutely not.
You would make a brilliant merchant in the dancing case. I'm quite glad that you you don't set up shop here. Otherwise, I'll have to smoke you out. No,
Very poor taste.
I don't think I want to pull a card. Thank you.
Go on, it'll be funny. Our friend Goffric did it once, and he got a servant.
Did you now?
He
Didn't
did.
that
But the servant
immediately
did get
die?
disintegrated.
Well, that's different. Your servant doesn't have to get disintegrated.
He's make a persuasion check.
Can I help
Uh,
in any way?
Make a persuasion check with advantage, Roxanne.
Persuasion. It's not really his forte.
He says, "I am very convinced, but no, I'll hold back on it. I'll hold back."
Maybe another time.
I swear
That's
to God,
fine.
if that worked. I
Well-
swear to God.
Before we killed on Lucian and get
Well,
sent to the
we're-
Shadow Realm.
Just remember that my information does not come for free, so that was a one-time free thing. But next time you'll have to buy something,
Okay.
and I will not put any interest on your loans because I like you all. I will not put interest on your loans for 6 months if you want credit.
God. Seems like a slippery slope, but we'll bear that in mind.
Very well. Right.
I mean, I could just ask the genie to wipe away the debt.
It's up to you, Frank. If you want the genie bongos,
It's your choice.
if you want the bongos,
I'll take the bongos.
On credit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 200 platinum. And you have 6 months to pay it back.
Okay.
Before the interest starts spiraling.
Oh god, don't forget to pay that before we go to the Feywild.
oh god.
You come back, it's like, oh, you owe 3 trillion gold, thank you. Right, well, what's everyone doing?
Well, I guess we're trying to release the genie from these bongos, right?
So he hands it over to you and says, do you need it gift wrapped or...
No.
Fantastic. Just, yeah. I don't know how you release a genie. Okay, I was just told this was some merchant from Ishmalan. He's handed over a thing saying official genie license that you have your own genie, and it's tax free.
Oh god.
Wait, there's probably not even a genie in here.
No, there's definitely a genie in there. I did have it checked. I don't sell scams.
Right.
Oh,
I just
did you
don't
take
Except
me
for their
for?
decks of many things,
I am
but there
the
is more jokes.
one legitimate merchant selling this crap in the whole of the Empire.
Just called your own merchandise crap.
Yeah, and you bought it, all right? Who's laughing now?
I love you. You're great. You're wonderful.
Brilliant. Well, again, your genie is tax-free at the moment. But when you release it, it's no longer tax-free.
Right. Well, thank you again for the information and the genie bongos. Shall we head out?
Very well.
Well, farewell then. Hope your information was helpful. Well, my information was helpful.
Very helpful, thank you.
You're welcome.
The moment we're outside, it's like, okay, so how do we get this out of these bongos?
Maybe we don't.
Is it going to give you 3 wishes?
I mean, that's what I've heard.
We could
That's what
use
genies
it.
do, right?
We could use it to trick our cool.
Oh no. I mean, you
So
know.
do we smash? Do we?
No. What I'm saying is, we could, as a kind of bargain for your memories, we can give the bongo drums to Harcool, but then he would also be taking upon my debt.
Well,
Would he though?
I don't know.
I don't think that if you give those bongos away, that your debt also gets passed on. I think that's your debt.
Well, yeah, but also telling someone your name in the Feywild means you belong to them forever. I don't know the rules all the time.
Oh yeah, you belong to him now.
The rules are bullshit. They're bullshit, okay?
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I don't want
Feywild
to
rules
go.
don't. Feywild rules also don't apply in the material plane.
can I just double check your what you said there, Shonik? If I say my name in the Feywild and somebody repeats it, they own me.
If someone asks you for your name and you give it, then they own your identity.
And what if I give a wrong name?
So it's not if they ask what is your name. It's if they ask, can I have your name?
Usually the way to go is to say, you may not have my name, but you may call me X. X, of course, being...
But my name isn't X.
I don't want to go to the Feywild.
X stands for your name.
Seems too complicated.
What if your name is actually X?
Well, then you have a terrible parent.
I don't know, X is a pretty cool name.
So
X.
you're saying is X not gone give it to you, that it being his name.
Yeah.
You.
I'm confused. Where are you at the moment? Are you in Estoril?
No, we're in.
I think we're just walking out.
Still in Porto.
Yeah, I think we're leaving to go to Estoril.
Okay, so you're stepping through the portal, and you're back in Estoril.
Right.
I had like a sense of like dread about I had just lost track of where you were. I was like, oh my god, they've disappeared.
Where are they?
Will cause terror and panic.
Is this what failing a scry feels like? Okay, well, when you return back to Erstwalt, you notice Halcyon is just peering out the window. All the blinds are down, and she's peering out the window, and she's like, "Quiet."
What's going on?
There's people outside.
What kind of people? I'll look out the window at the people.
There's like maybe 50 or 60 villagers just sort of like camped outside.
Get the
Alright.
Molotovs.
You know, Fireball, don't you, Snook? Let's get ready.
No.
Yeah, I'll just cast Fireball at 6th level and massacre a bunch of people.
Why don't
Hey,
you
he just said it,
Scrimshaw,
so...
Scrimshaw, go out and talk to them.
Okay, I'll head out ahead and go go talk to them.
Okay. As
We're
you...
all gonna stay in here, but you can
What
put your
else is there?
sending stone on. So put your sending stone out so we can hear what you're saying to them.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Right.
going out and seeing the group that has gathered, they're all carrying, as you approach, you notice they're all carrying candles, and they've put a whole bunch of candles down by a large portrait of Miss Farrow.
Oh,
No,
boy.
no!
Oh no. They think we did that.
And
Oh,
as you begin approaching, they start chanting, "Murderer! Murderer!"
Oh no!
For once it wasn't! You gotta believe us, it really wasn't this time.
yeah, I know. I'll tell them.
No,
I mean,
hold on.
no.
Is it best if Sharnock does this? I think he has a better way of words than you.
Yeah, Shannon, you're better with crowds. Can you come down here?
You both go together.
Hi.
We're
I don't-
sorry.
We're sorry.
I don't know what you heard or saw, but we had nothing to do with that.
Fire! Someone from the crowd shouts.
What gives you the idea that we did? Anyway.
There's a sort of old man who's dressed in rags. He seems to be some sort of like maybe a monk of some sort. He's quite old, but he stands up and a number of the crowd are sort of like pushing him forward, and he says, "The fact that none of us would blow up our inn."
Neither would we. I like a drink.
This Pharaoh lady, this wasn't her inn, was it? As I recall, she's not from here. She isn't from Dark. She isn't a local.
But we put our trust in her, and she had promised us a lot.
Just because
I'm sure
someone promises you a lot doesn't mean that they're trustworthy.
Well, she has done more for us than anyone can truly be expected to. She's given her life for the cause.
I'm afraid that's not the case.
Another one in the crowd says, "Liar!"
Will you stop that?
Did you see her body?
No, it was absolutely destroyed in the fire.
Then
No one
how'd you
could have
kn-
survived that.
Then how'd you know she's
I've seen a lot of fireballs in my day. The bodies usually remain.
Well, there were enough body parts scattered around the place that it could have been any of them. The fact of the matter is, she gave her life for our cause, and you did it. You murdered her.
Can I dispel magic on him?
Dispel magic.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like disguised or something. No, I'm not going to. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't cast spells. Just use both of your convincing powers.
Can I not interest you in a
To
firestorm?
convince them.
Firestorm, anyone?
Sorry,
Something tells you that they are unlikely to be convinced by either of you.
Or would they be convinced by a firestorm?
They're more. Let's say they've made their minds up.
Alright, and at that point,
No.
should we all come outside? Because you might need some backup.
Oh no, we seriously. No!
Or someone just go stand behind Scrimshaw.
No.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
can't.
gonna stand. I just want to see what's happening because I'm curious. And
The old man says, "We are not here for violence. We are here to demand our rights,
which are
which are to be treated as equals."
Alright, you
Well-
want to come and on one of our adventures, do you? That'll make you equal. You can come. Can't guarantee you'll come back.
Yeah, if you survive, we'll pay you a fair cut.
If you could survive one of our adventures, I will give you 100 platinum.
It's not about money.
Well, what? Yes, it is.
Okay, so what is it?
Whoa,
that you-
what is he? Can we give him a second to say more? What is it about?
It's about the fact that we have, for the whole of history, been trodden down upon.
Yes.
And by the likes of you, who claim to have divine or whatever providence.
I don't claim that at all. I'm new here. I don't even own the land.
Shunnock,
I just
please.
live there
Shunnock.
sometimes.
Shut up!
You did nothing to earn
This
this
is not
land.
helpful.
At least the others can claim that they somehow saved the world. You did nothing to deserve this land, Chinook.
I don't
Wait,
have the
wait,
land.
wait, it isn't.
I'm just
You really-
spending a few nights here.
He really doesn't own any of this.
It's not about
Neither does Gira, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do not want any of this. To be fair, I'd quite happily sleep in the middle of the town square naked.
If you are for freedom, then you would stand with us, not against us.
I'm not standing against you. You just kind of came here and called us murderers, and we don't understand.
Yeah.
Who else would have destroyed the inn with her in it?
I don't know. We have a lot of enemies.
You're pathetic.
I think she did it. She did it herself to make it look like she was sacrificing herself for the cause, when really she was just running back to her wherever she came from.
Our message will not be stopped. We are here now in her memory, and we demand all that she asks for and more.
Look, what she was asking for was intentionally impossible. What she was asking for was not feasible with the land. She intentionally proposed her terms such that we couldn't fulfill them, just to cause this, to make this more incendiary, to cause more displeasure in what's going on.
If you would like more, is this
Okay.
elder like? Sorry, go on. Sorry, I just read. Go on.
Like,
Huh?
Sorry, carry on.
we attempted to make dealings with her. We tried to offer her. She spat at every offer we made. She didn't want to make dealings with us on your behalf. She wanted to spark I don't know, violence, or
It is clear to me that she was sent by the gods, by Titus himself, to
she was
cleanse the
sent.
world of greed.
She was sent by the.
She was sent by rich. She was sent by people much more rich than us. People who are downtrodden, who are far more responsible for you being downtrodden than we are.
This is heresy. We are not interested in talking anymore.
Then
Come on,
why
everyone.
did you come all the way
Right
to
then.
our house?
To send a message.
All right, go away then.
They begin
Sure.
marching off. The big portrait remains with all the candles around.
You know we.
Okay, I'm just gonna burn the portrait
Oh no.
You know we.
with the candles. Wait,
Good one, Morna.
Next, we
It's
should have
quite-
used the zone of truth.
only when they're gone, not when they're just to get rid of it.
I'd like to just shout after them, like, if any of you do actually want to come back to work, we are willing to talk. Just saying. I mean, we're actually offering very good. We actually are offering very good rates and stuff. But
Even health insurance.
find them.
As you see the group
Even help
sort of
them.
begin
If any of you have any diseases, we can get rid of them too.
Yeah, as you see the group begin to shuffle off, there's suddenly the clouds begin to sort of gather around, and there seems to be sort of swirling in the air, and as the wind begins to pick up, and then you begin to see in the woods, just off the side of the path, as the villagers stop and are inspecting what's going on, like a bright, radiant, golden glow coming from the forest.
Oh, good gods.
and they begin to sort of inquisitively walk forward towards it. And then there begins to be a bit of a bustle in the crowd as there's sort of like cheering and happiness.
Oh no, that's not good. I swear to God, she's back.
As you begin to approach through the tree line, as you see the crowd, you then see Miss Farrow returned in a silk white gown, almost saintly in appearance.
Oh, I would just like to whisper to Gira, dispel, dispel, dispel.
Yeah.
Dispel it. Dispel it.
Sure. Go try.
As you-
Is it close
as
enough range? 120 feet?
As you get within close enough range, as you begin to cast Dispel, there's this sort of like overwhelming magical nullification around the area. It's impossible to cast out a spell at this moment.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so. Oh my God.
And as you're stood there, let's end the session today.
Okay.
In before its tail in disguise.
I love how Mike's literally recreated the story of Jesus. Have you noticed?
Are we the baddies?
He's made us into.
Did we kill Jesus?
Are we the Romans?
Yeah.
We didn't kill anyone.
Do you want to end the stream, Matt?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you...
Maybe that's